on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Heroic and Spirit, as you mentioned, trying to get to those semifinals, also trying to get past the semifinals, get into the grand finals. That's where both of these teams have been stopped at the majors in the past. Oh, and right out of the gate, fast play towards the B-bomb side. It's sjuush. Initial contact, him and Yabi able to take down the first two, and that is Spirit put back, all ready to plan B.
Yeah, they wanted that knockout punch to the B-bomb site right away, and they did not get it. They've lost Chopper as well. 2 versus 5. Heroic. They have no incentive to do anything. They can play the rest of this round in a really calm fashion. It's about as good of a start as you could have possibly wished for. Not much to do at this point if you're on the CT side.
No, but even on a bigger scale, it's, I mean, just right out of the intro of the game, cadiaN hyping up the crowd, getting everyone pumped up. It would be really painful just to drop that energy right out of the bat in the pistol round. So the fact that Heroic's going to be able to take this one, Yabi an engagement there, traded up by sjuush, as sjuush and cadiaN slide into the B-bomb site. No cause for worry just yet. But they need to be careful not to let this slip away. Okay, now perhaps a little bit of cause for worry. Not even a whole lot of damage taken from cjuush and Wonderful.
Yeah, you have to be so careful. Imagine if you lose a 2-on-5 in the pistol round to start the quarterfinal with. That is not something you want to have happen. cjuush, he's taking down cadiaN as well, and they get the Kushans down. I can't believe it. They're actually back in the round. Wonderful goes down. It's on cjuush to try and save this one. He does not have the bomb plant, but he has time. He's sneaking around there, grouped up. He sees one. They almost peek into him. There's the kill, and there's the headshot. You must be kidding. Spirit, they bring it back in the opening round, a 2-on-5.
What a way to shut the crowd up. What a way to send a message over to Heroic. That is an incredible recovery, and it's all duels. It's all headshots. It's all skill from Spirit. What a way to seal the pistol round, and that is a beautiful final shot onto TeSeS. Heroic could just, I don't even know if they misplayed that pistol round. They just got shut down.
They certainly weren't being very aggressive. They tried to stay far back. They didn't really want to have many of those fights. But eventually, Spirit came and found them anyway. You have to brush that up really quickly. You obviously don't have time now to think about it. So on to the next round. They've lost sjuush already. Got a couple of MAC-10s on the Spirit side, so they can be very, very aggressive.
That is a wild start. Put on notice right out of the gate is Heroic. Yabi gonna go down next. Chopper aggressive with the MAC-10, finds another. That's cadiaN. No one yet falling from Spirit. Sound and TeSeS might want to think about backing away and saving these deagles. Not much you can do left here, but Spirit, they're not gonna let that happen. They want to challenge.
Why not? When you got this kind of a start, you're feeling a little bit hungry.
Now, one of the fun parts about that pistol round, which is one of the more interesting things in this battle between Heroic and Spirit that I found, Heroic is second best in the top 16 in terms of converting 5-on-4 advantages.
Oh, really?
They have an 83% win rate converting 5-on-4. Spirit is second best in the top 16 at converting 4-on-5 rounds with a disadvantage.
All right.
40.2%. So that little battle of playing advantage or disadvantage rounds from whichever side you want to look at it is going to be something really, really critical between both these teams. Opening kills are going to be very, very important in this game. And already, right out of the gate, I mean, that's not a 4v5 converter from Spirit. That's a 2v5, which is absolutely mental.
Yeah, that's a rare sight, but what a beginning. Spirit announcing their presence early on. Heroic, they get to save 2 MAC-10s, which actually is a little bit interesting in terms of if they could get some kills in this round. That would be that'd be worth a lot.
And the other side of that, too, is you get to pass over the 2 deagles as well. So a couple other players without armor have a chance to jiggle some angles, maybe get a fortunate 1 deag. And yeah, you just kind of roll the dice and see what happens from there.
Yeah, Spirit easing their way into this one, figuring out what's happening. Wouldn't really expect them to be rushing in. They obviously know what is in play on the CT side, so it's not really worth it to just go all in and rush the A ramp or anything like that. Going to be taking a slower approach to this round. Let's see. Everybody nearly from the Heroic side is over here. They've left Yabi alone at the B-bomb site, and he's just throwing some smokes in, trying to buy as much time as he can.
It's the only one he's got, and if Magic's decides to challenge it in any meaningful way, if cjuush decides to challenge it in any meaningful way, they'll see the B-bomb site clear, but at the moment held off. They're saying no reason for us to take a risk quite yet. TeSeS ready and waiting, trying to bait and lure Spirit in, and they've at least got Patsi. He goes down, gets a kill from the grenade, but it's all Spirit from here on after with their AK-47s.
Yeah, not such a bad trade. 2 for 1 to begin with. Stown still waiting for that smoke to fade. Oh, he's got a great one-way up on top, and Magic's going down. Now it's a little bit worrisome once again.
Look at the HP on Chopper and Wonderful. They can be cleaned up as well. This is a nice situation for Oak to find themselves in. Still 30 seconds on the clock. Not a whole lot of time if you want to transfer between the bomb sites. This is everything. This engagement is huge from Stown. Oh, and Yabby into a one-on-one.
It's just Siren left on the other side once again to try and save it, but what a headshot! Yabby to take him down. That is beautiful and heroic. Back into the game a round earlier.
Yeah, you nailed it with the MAC-10s. They end up having a huge influence over the top of the smoke. That'll get things going. That'll help you feel like you're starting to recover from the pistol round loss. And Heroic steal an early round. Well done from Yabby, 1v2.
That's a sight you expect to see a lot out of cadiaN throughout this quarterfinals. He is absolutely not just the game leader, but the hype man of the team. And somewhat of an icon at this point in time for exactly those reactions. Fourth round, though, Spirit will buy into this one.
An immediate timeout from Spirit to talk things over. Talk about the strategy they want to come to with 3 AK-47s, a Tech-9, a Deagle. Maybe ice out Heroic a little bit. Maybe let the environment calm down. An early stumble for Team Spirit. But we get right going in round 4.
Let's see what they do here. cadiaN quick with the AWP to try and take the look, and he's not going to have any response on the other side from Wonderful yet. They just don't really have the money for it. One Tech-9 as well, one Deagle. Still a dangerous round from Spirit's point of view.
There's no setup for a flashbang around this corner. Nothing to bother these defenders. sjuush has the first. Yabby hasn't been engaged yet, hasn't been activated yet. Peering down, finds Siren.
I actually thought maybe Yabby would be a little bit deeper in that angle so they could both fight at the same time. Seems like maybe there was some mistiming there, but it kind of works out anyway. Chopper and Wonderful are left 2 versus 4. And just like in the pistol round, Heroic should not be losing this. These are the rounds you just must win.
Spirit's gonna hit the pause button for the moment. Chopper and Wonderful talking over how they want to approach the situation, maybe allowing for some time for cadiaN to rotate away with the AWP. Great find. Heads up duel against TeSeS, and Chopper is absolutely perfect in it. cadiaN shifts over. 35 seconds on the clock. And Stown shifts to support cadiaN at the A bomb site. Yabby's got an advanced position on B stairs, so not going to worry about that bomb site. Stown just looks at mid as cadiaN keeps his eyes forward.
They need a really strong entry here to even get the bomb plant at this point in time. Just 16 seconds left in the round, and they're not even really close to the plant yet. cadiaN, he sees one. Flashbang does absolutely nothing. That's a great flick to take down Chopper as well. Heroic early to tie up the scoreline. They get to keep 3 people alive on that CT side. And Spirit will have to take a little bit of a break here. They're going to have Glocks and nothing else.
Yeah, painful one. Not really a whole lot you can invest. Although we've seen some teams play it pretty aggressive and go for the Deagle armors regardless. But this is good shooting from cadiaN. Good positioning as well. Low risk position. He's even able to dodge the flashbang as it comes around the corner. And a chance for Heroic to build up some bank. B-rush with just Glocks.
Yeah, they're quickly there on it. TeSeS, the spray from the AK just continues. It's a good triple. They don't lose a single player. You like to see it. 3-2 in favor of Heroic. And now we're going to get into something that's a little bit more like a normal game here. AKs versus M4s. We're going to get a chance to see what Spirit have prepped for this T side. And I mean, much has been talked about these T sides from Spirit. That's where they do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Really dangerous.
It's been some very impressive stuff. And remember, too, the desk kind of touched on the map pool being nice for Spirit. They haven't lost this map in almost 2 months, since back in September, early September. So got to be feeling supremely confident here on Vertigo. Early stairs control, they force back the defense. cadiaN shifts over towards middle with an off angle as TeSeS spams through the smoke. Got to be careful about it. Over the top, Siren. He's dropped by Patsi. The X Factor. Maui talked about him and the space he creates on this A ramp. Absolutely massive. He's found an opening kill. Ignores the sandbags player for the moment, but a good recovery from TeSeS.
That's such a dangerous play from Patsi, but you cannot understand the CT that's rotating in towards the A bomb side is never going to be expecting to fight Patsi in that position, right? Because he still has TeSeS out by the sandbag, so even though it looks like craziness, it actually does make sense.
And he had a clean shot. He just missed the opportunity. Still, it's given information over the positioning of the defense at the moment for Team Spirit. Problem is they're out of nades.
Yeah, Heroic kind of out too, but at least they have 3 men at the bomb site. Oh, not anymore. Magic's able to pick up that one. Almost gets the flick on TeSeS. He's still back here. And like you pointed out, they don't have nades. They can't get rid of him from back here. They need to find him and isolate him or get that bomb down right now. Time is slowly ticking away. And there should be another person coming over. They've got that MP9 on sjuush a little bit down below, so there could be a flank coming in. And with a kill on TeSeS, that's going to be activated now. The question is, how obvious is that going to be when it's been such a delayed round? They're already jumping for it. Yeah, good read from cyaN, and he's going to be able to take that kill. That's super well done.
Look at all the pressure applied on TeSeS in this round, even without nades to pull him out of sandbags. He just knows he's boxed in from scaffolding. He knows they're going to be wrapping around the bomb site. cadiaN is smoked off as well. You have so many problems if you're TeSeS in that round. Very, very tough to make the right call. And again, too, you got to think that little mid-round aggression at the top of the A ramp from Heroic, that's where Spirit's going to kill you. That's where Spirit's really going to be able to punish you, is when you're getting nervous, when you're trying to find out and see if Spirit fell back, if they're still pushing forward, if they still have presence. That's how they recover disadvantaged situations.
cyaN having himself quite a start. Obviously, a lot of these kills from the pistol round, but doing good work. And Patsi walking through the smoke at the start of the round. I did not think that was going to work out. They had almost 2 people covering that smoke, and still he managed to find the entry.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great fight for him in terms of I like that play from Patsi, and it's what I think has made people fans of Patsi ever since the Antwerp Major, where he really kind of got on everybody's radars. Those kinds of plays. He's very much an X-factor player for this team. The impact he can bring to the table is massive.
And they're putting together the first piece of the puzzle of playing T-side on Vertigo. They can win the ramp fight. There are some teams that get locked out of that on this map. They just can never do it. So credit to Spirit. Even doing that 1 or 2 rounds at the beginning could go a really long way to setting up deeper strategies down the road.
That's second time out used from Spirit. They're burning them early to try and take this money away, to try and build up some momentum and snowball this into a really, really nice start on the T side. Alleviate a lot of the pressure they'd be facing later on in the half. If they can complete this round, they might just be able to do it.
Oh, that's dangerous again through the smoke, but Stown and TeSeS, they're on the other side already and waiting. Wonderful gets one of those kills back, but that's very, very risky. But they had that call from the side. You could see they wanted to go through no matter what.
How do we overcome this one if you're Spirit?
Oh my god.
This is a lot of space for cadiaN.
He's pushing mid with an AWP on his own.
This is a nasty angle as well. If they ever try and fall back, cadiaN is going to be more than happy. You'll never predict this angle from the AWP.
But you have to remember, he can't know whether or not there is somebody else, somewhere on the map behind him that's already made his way past.
It's a big risk, but he's going to get the reward end of it. He gets to shrink the map for his team. sjuush is now rotating over, cognizant of the possibility that somebody has slipped past cadiaN, that they can't potentially have all the information in the world. But it's going to be a very strong defense.
Maui on the desk talked about this. cadiaN being a little bit of an X-factor with the AWP like that. Very aggressive, does some crazy stuff, and he's locked them in right now. All the rest of Heroic have to do is defend this bomb site.
Now, the only unfortunate thing with this push from cadiaN is he's also got all the utility in the world. He's full of nades. He's going to keep pushing. This is early for this kind of a play. 30 seconds still left on the clock. There's the smoke put out, but cadiaN realizes the map has shrunk. Nice and easy kill on a chopper. That's the bomb down as well. Spirit's kind of come back for it. Molotov on top. This is perfectly played from cadiaN.
That is such an aggressive round. Spirit, they absolutely were not ready. I can't remember I've seen that very often. It's one thing to push middle. That's already dangerous, really, no matter what you have on the CT side. But with an AWP on your own, second kill of the round for cadiaN, and this is 1. What a ridiculous figure. Why is he doing that?
Might be something in the research and the prep that he's noticed. If this situation occurs, I have the space to push middle. Maybe Spirit likes to take their eyes off middle every once in a while to a certain degree. cadiaN just finds a perfect timing for it. I don't know how many times we'll see him bust it out throughout the half, but in this one round, it's worth its weight in gold. Prevents any kind of an economic reset, prevents any real challenge at the A bomb site itself, and finding the bomb carrier.
And you know, they had the earlier round where it was sjuush with the MP9 pushing, and even if that didn't work, it's still going to make Spirit a little bit paranoid about, we have to be worried about that. Nice early kill from sjuush here. He's going to be taking down Chopper. They don't really have that much to work with. They do have the AWP on Wonderful, and they need some crazy openings with that one.
At the moment, he's positioned in middle. Yabby would be the person they'd find. A trade situation with Siren jumping around the corner, trying to fight him over at sandbags. Trying to set up Wonderful for a nice peek in.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Worried that someone might be peeking behind the footsteps that Siren's making. Might turn it into a boost. Oh, nice. One jump, one kill on the side of Wonderful. At least it's a 3-on-4, but they know where that AWP is. It took them quite a while to set that up as well. So under a minute on the clock.
This isn't bad, though. Like, that's not a kill that's going to win you the round, right? But if you're just going to move him around the map with the AWP and say, you know what, let's find 2 kills. Let's just keep the economy limited. At the moment, that's the priority. Grab one more frag, allow him to bait this Tech 9 on Magix, allow him to bait this P250 on Patsi, find a few kills and force the rebuys from Heroic. But it's going to get exponentially more difficult from here. 33 seconds left on the clock as they shift in.
2 people walking in front of that sniper, just trying to clear the way however way they can. One more kill would be a little bit annoying. If they get 2 more kills in this round, though, on the Spirit side, that's going to have a really serious impact on the Heroic economy. So we'll see how it goes. 15 seconds, no gun barrel visible up there. And slowly this round is just petering out. Wonderful. Got to be careful. He's kind of close to the bomb site, and they're not even going to get the entry here. So now he's been exposed. Time is running down. He gets one more, but a good nade into the corner. They don't have any. If he dies now, that's a little bit of a disaster. He's going to get one more. Triple on Wonderful, and he saves the AWP. I can't believe that worked.
No, that's actually a brilliant round from Wonderful. 3 kills and saves the AWP in a tough situation, so taking a lot of money away from Heroic. Well done from Wonderful. 3-5. Spirit trying to recover in this game, and this was never going to go well. Perfect positioning from TeSeS and cadiaN to set up a crossfire to protect each other. In round number 9, a lot of emphasis. A lot of these rounds have been dictated at the A ramp.
Yeah, classic Vertigo situation, and oh, it's Wonderful to start with. That saved AWP. It comes back to haunt TeSeS. 4-on-5 at the beginning of the round. Chicken Man's back.
That is a scary chicken. Siren. Ooh, a lot of damage done to Yabby. Not able to complete the kill. cadiaN steps up, and he even takes some damage as well. I don't even think he saw Siren. And there's the shift from Team Spirit up the ladder to try and punish that kind of positioning, but everyone's fallen away. Huge advantage in this round for Spirit in terms of 1 extra man up. And a lot of damage done to Yabby, who's going to be the sole B defender with 5 HP.
How do you even do that? They have nades. This is a position that's commonly double naded, or even just Molotov. And in the middle, Chopper nearly taken down Stown. This round looks almost over for Heroic. I don't know how they get back in this one. Yabby still just with 5 health, but he's already got the double. Looking for a bit more. If he had more bullets, he might have had that one. Oh my God, I can't believe he managed to get that done. 30 seconds, and this is a very winnable round on the side of Spirit. Looks like they're going to try and run boost Wonderful into the bomb site and into his death as well. Stown and cadiaN, the defense, it's working. They're locking it down. 19 seconds on the clock, and Chopper now. He doesn't have the bomb. It's lost far away. He walks into it. cadiaN takes him down, and that is a round that Spirit want back.
That is an incredible recovery from Heroic. Give all the credit to Yabby, the newest addition to Heroic. They've wanted this addition to power up just for this moment. And look at what he delivers you with 5 health. He doesn't have any HP for heads-up fights. He plays it sneaky around the smoke, sneaky with timings. And they just whittle down this attack until cadiaN can get involved in the action. 6-3. And a 3rd timeout called from Spirit. This game is not going at all the way they planned.
No, it really isn't, especially because they stole that pistol round the way that probably was in their minds. The huge boost they needed to come up to a great start, but Heroic, they look fired up right now. 6-3, And everything seems to be working. The start of that round was so terrible. It really looked like Heroic were just going to get wiped out. One nade anywhere near Javi, and they open up the B bomb side, and it's probably a lost round instantly. cadiaN back here, just taking some random shots to the smoke. They have some HEs on the T side, and not much else.
And not much else. Nade stack behind the sandbags. Nobody's home. Full push behind it. Spam down by Stown. And TeSeS has spotted the bomb as well, so they know what the game plan is. They know what's coming. And they've got a man advantage.
No peek behind it. Could have been dangerous, maybe. They have such a strong setup at the A bomb side at the moment that I'm not sure what Spirit could do to break this one through. They have one single flash left on top, Chopper, and at this point it would have to flash, 3 or 4 people in the bomb side. And pushing forward, TeSeS interrupting the setup. It's a great triple spray down. And Wonderful is left on his own once again. Heroic, not just winning these rounds, but if they come out of this one with 4 people alive, and they will. That is such a great economy that they're building. 7-3.
7-3, and it could be worse when you consider Team Spirit won the pistol round, but it was a 2 versus 5 recovery. If that pistol round goes the way of Heroic, this game is a wash. It is dominance, and 3 timeouts have already been spent from Spirit. It's going to take something monumental to force them to use that 4th one, I think, but they need to find the solution. They need to find the answers right now. This Heroic defense is looking scary. It's looking strong.
Back trying to put some work into the A ramp. That grenade. One of them looked like it was very, very sketchy. cadiaN realizing that's risky with half a gap in that smoke. You don't really want to be running around on the other side. And Patsi, he's back looking for the entry. He's done it before, and he's almost in time to catch cadiaN. But actually, cadiaN comes back. I can't believe it. He's still sticking around. This is so risky. He's got his back turned to Patsi. He can't get the flicking.
Oh my!
I don't know why he's still alive.
That's the second time we've seen a massively risky play from cadiaN, and again, he's going to get away with it. I am shocked to see Patsi play that so passively.
He had 1 foot all the way in the grave there. He was almost certainly going to die. But they have ramp control Spirit, and they haven't lost anyone yet, so that's actually a pretty nice way to set up the round. And with TeSeS already low, let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, but this is a problem. I mean, I don't want to say it's a problem, but this is Spirit. They haven't really tested middle a whole lot. They haven't really tested towards the B-bomb side a whole lot, just late in the round. All the early goings have been at A ramp, so Heroic is going to be comfortable. Again, right around this 30-second mark is when they're starting to move into position for their final play. And Patsi is seeing absolutely nothing.
That is a suspicious smoke, but Patsi's attention drawn elsewhere. He's going to be taking down Stown to begin with. Look at the clock, though. Only 20 seconds. Still hiding inside. Oh, they check it. Magix with an absolutely critical, just 1 bullet going through, catches TeSeS, and that cements the round. If they leave one person, well, there's only 10 seconds on the clock. Even one player in the bomb site could wreck your whole round.
This time, Heroic gave him all the fights they wanted. sjuush can take the guns away, though. No trigger discipline. He's happy with the first. sjuush with low HP. Nice shot from him, and can he escape? No one's challenging the choke point. Spirit's going to be content with their 4th round of the half as they're going to back away from the bomb explosion. Well done from Spirit, but those are all really rough fights for Heroic to take. Trying to jump up on boxes over the smoke. Spirit's got perfect vision, not playing for the retake. They get punished each and every time.
Yeah, and a good lesson and a good reminder of what actually does happen when Spirit can take the ramp without too many casualties, right? They have a great plan to follow it up, and they're super comfortable once they're there. But so many rounds, it's been Heroic winning that fight, and you could just tell that's hard for the T side to recover from.
Yeah, this is too easy for Patsi and Magix. That fight taking place at both of them, and yeah, he just says, okay, I'm going to check the smoke. Let's find out what's going on. Timeout taken. This one is from Heroic, their first.
Yeah, if you're TeSeS inside of that, you've been waiting for such a long time and it's not been checked, and you feel like, all right, surely this is working. So a little bit gutting for him, I'm sure.
He needed his teammates to be alive. I think I mean, that play with that low HP is never going to work if his teammates aren't surviving. But again, it's kind of a testament to the CIS teams feeling so comfortable with the clock winding down, still being silent, still taking their time and being patient.
Money is drying up on the Heroic side finally.
Yeah, Spirit have had them in this position previously and they weren't able to capitalize on it. They weren't able to actually break the economy. This would be a perfect time forward despite some of the struggles in the opening stages of this half.
Patsi with the early nade and then Wonderful looking over the smoke. There's a Molotov behind that as well. Just a lot of interference, but it doesn't feel like you see anyone on the other side. Pretty much focusing on this right now. They try that triple stack again. And at least Down was in the area, but not that much damage. MP9, and let's just see. One good flash around the corner, or maybe a double flash in. This could be a pretty good crunch coming in from the Heroic side. You could see Stown's waiting for it. There's the first contact. He almost swings behind it. Coming in maybe a little bit late is Shabby, but they're still going to get a 2-for-1 trade. Siren, that's such an important refrag to take down TeSeS. Otherwise, they would have been in trouble.
A new look at the defense as well. This time, Heroic is setting up a trap. They're showing a little bit more passive. They're not challenging down the ramp until they sense presence close up, about halfway up, and then a multiple players peek from different positions with utility. 2-for-2 trade. cadiaN, the lone player here, still with the AWP in hand.
Absolutely no late nades left on Heroic. Wow, another triple nade. That's interesting. Different position than the previous round. 35 seconds. Ooh, underhand Molotov goes around. It kind of locks cadiaN in, so he has no way to escape right now. 28 seconds, and they're still so comfortable. So is cadiaN. Taking down Siren. He can't get that flick off, and now the bomb being planted. What a save from Wonderful. Otherwise, his teammate would have been run over with that MP9. sjuush coming in. He gets the kill, and all the pressure now is on the young superstar from Team Spirit. He's got 10 seconds to either plant the bomb or find sjuush. He's going to go for the bomb plant. And sjuush is all the way in the corner, and a straight headshot to bring him down. Heroic, they barely get away with that round. What a risk from Wonderful to plant the bomb in that position, but he had to guess somehow. He had to guess one position or the other. He guesses correctly, but a wonderful reposition from sjuush. Now that round could have been a lot easier from Heroic. cadiaN might have overpeaked after the follow-up kill. This one right here might not have been necessary until here's the bomb starting to get planted, but sjuush is there to save the day. Perfect shot under Wonderful, and Heroic is up to 8. And once again, Team Spirit missed the opportunity to break Heroic's economy. Yeah, that part of the story, that's really going to be making a huge difference when we go back and look at this opening half. It's so close, though. Again, I mean, there's still that chance. They haven't gotten away with it. Heroic only survived with one player. It's just the impact of actually resetting their economy is going to dwindle the longer this goes on. There's only 3 rounds to play in this second half. Look at the change to the setup from Heroic. They've been really far back on the ramp. This time they actually go a little bit forward, and I can't believe it's down. He doesn't have, I mean, almost goes down in the first volley from that AK-47, but somehow he's able to return back up on him, and Chopper is out of the round. We still have only seen one round where Team Spirit has actually challenged B stairs with guns. Yeah, good point. There's only been one. Everything has been starting at this A ramp and usually finishing here as well. Whoa. Nice win from TeSeS with the MP9. Gonna back off slowly. Stown is given the AWP with low health, and it's a 5-on-3. I'm sure if they would have had more success earlier on this A ramp for Spirit, they probably have more plays towards B and middle that are just a lot easier to do if you make Heroic really paranoid about losing ramp. That's what this half does feel like, is like Spirit's just like, we have to be able to have success here to kind of open up the playbook and really throw some other looks at them, but they've never been able to do it with any kind of consistency. They won round 1 and round 2. Those are the only rounds they've won consecutively. They haven't been able to figure out a winning game plan on a round-to-round basis, and oh my lord, TeSeS out-dueling the AK. He's got 17 kills before being shut down here by Wonderful. And this round is over. Oh, well, might not be, but they're certainly going to be calling the save if they. I don't know if they're going to be allowed to, though. Heroic, they pretty much have them boxed in right now. Siren and Wonderful. The question is, with these positions, do you want to come in after the bomb timer? Yeah, I mean, you might almost want to die right now, but even that's been taken away. 2 seconds left in the round here. Wonderful, he gets one more. He's going to keep picking it up. Oh, they do so much damage, and a no-scope at the end to take down cadiaN. That's expensive for Heroic. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to say, I don't know if that's worth it. That's a lot of money that's chewed up, although, again, with only 2 rounds remaining, might not be the worst thing in the world. Still, again, though, Wonderful's able to survive with the AWP. Is this the round where you finally say, let's forget about that A-ramp? You can do some really aggressive pushes in middle on this side of on the side of the map.
Yeah. Well, this is the consequence. Still money low for Heroic. If Spirit can win this, they've got one more chance of breaking this economy, and then you kind of have a freebie for the final round. There's some aggression towards B. sjuush is feeling a little bit bored, and he's going to get even more aggressive. Siren with a P250 misses the initial salvo, and sjuush wisely backs off.
Listen, that's a good read from Siren that he's able to see that coming, but hard to deal with that kind of aggression from Heroic, especially because you're trying to solve a different problem on the other side of the map.
And it's introducing chaos into the youngest team at the Major. I'm not going to say the most inexperienced. They played on a semifinal stage in Antwerp against the best team in the world, FaZe, that went on to win the event, but a young team. And that's going to cause a lot of pressure when you're still trying to figure out how to win rounds.
Oh, no doubt about it. 3 versus 4 in this one. And Spirit in a very tight position. I was not expecting this. Throughout the tournament so far, their T sides have looked deadly. But they've run into a little bit of a brick wall here in Heroic. And that's a tough way to get started. They did pick the map as well. Flash around. Oh, no, there's going to be a smoke. I thought maybe they were going to go behind it. It's going to be a 3-on-4 still with about 35 seconds. And again, setting up here. They are a little bit worried. Is there going to be anything to set this up? They still have Siren much, much further back.
I don't think there's anything to do. Flashbang's on Wonderful. You got nothing to set any of your players up. Chopper's just got to win the heads-up duel, and he does that against TeSeS, at least initially. But you need more. 10 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is still very far away. There's no mistakes left.
Yeah, really not. Oh, Chopper pushing.
No way.
Oh, I can't believe it. How did he get the double? sjuush and cadiaN going down, and they're going to get the bomb plant.
That's a god-tier flashbang from Wonderful.
That should have never happened. Yabby's now confused, I'm sure. 1 versus 2. Chopper's waiting for him on the other side. He's already got the triple. He just needs one more headshot to bring this one home. This would be a miracle for Spirit if they could actually do it. And Yabby has to commit so hard to this. He has to swing wide to try and get anything done. Refrag, a 5th round for Spirit, and a miraculous round.
That's a disgusting round from Chopper and Wonderful. One single flashbang to activate Chopper through the smoke. Heroic never saw it coming. Maybe it was the time on the clock. Maybe they were just snoozing because it was so late in the round. But this is disgusting. Blind. Blind as hell. Even more blind. They have no clue what's going on. And this is the disaster of the previous round, chasing down those 2 weapons. Heroic have nothing to battle with. Upgraded pistols and an SMG. Light on utility, but for how good this defense in this half has been, for Team Spirit to get to 6 is incredible. And Wonderful definitely saw that. Definitely saw it.
That could easily be a flashbang that changes history, because this is the difference between 4 and 6 rounds, and that could be enough for Spirit. They could be right back in this game. And
now we go back to the B bomb site. Second time we've seen this kind of a challenge with this many bodies, with this much weaponry at the B stairs initially. And remember, they've gone A pretty much every single round. At least 13 rounds have been decided openingly, or in the openings at the A ramp. You have sjuush. Look how passively he's playing it on your mini-map. He's just now shifting to Gen. Stout and Yabby clear out mid. They're going to get here in time. And especially with no presence at A ramp, Heroic saying something's up.
Yeah, good rotation, at least on the CT side. Let's see how much Spirit commit to it. They still have plenty of time on the clock, but they're going to be fighting right away. cadiaN with a good return, at least. Chopper now realizing there are a lot of people in this bomb site, but he doesn't really want to call his troops back. He's still just fighting, believing in the superior weaponry. Oh, they've stolen the AWP headshot from the Deagle in the round. It's Heroics 10-5. That is a steal once again. Heroic with a great lead going into the second half. We'll see if they can finish this out. It's coming right up.
10-5 lead for Heroic. Out of the halftime break, they're going to switch over to the offensive side. They're taking on Spirit, and in the first half, Heroic had all the answers. But now it's cadiaN's turn to lead his team into the meat grinder and see what he can do on the offensive side of Vertigo, a map that Spirit have not lost in 2 months.
Yeah, they're in a very, very dangerous position going into the second half. There's no doubt. I was a little bit surprised that they couldn't find more openings on that T side, but they managed to steal a couple of rounds. And 5, it could be enough.
It very well could be. I mean, they barely had any kind of. They used so many timeouts in the first half and could never find a real winning recipe. Where you finally break that economy. It took 3 tries having Heroic at the breaking point. You finally do it, and you still can't win the advantage you gain after the fact.
Yeah, and the fact that you're right, that economy multiple times, even at the end when they did break it, it still wasn't enough. That's going to be a huge topic. They probably had 3 or 4 chances overall to actually come up with a huge first half, but it just didn't work out.
And I mean, one of the big questions coming into this game was, I mean, obviously the young age of Team Spirit, but wonderful on the big stage. The newest addition who wasn't in that semifinal game back in Antwerp. How was he going to perform? Was he going to be able to live up to the excitement and the hype around him? 17 kills, 8 deaths in the first half. Wonderful, was excellent. But it was miraculous rounds for Spirit that got him on the board. It was a 2v5 in the pistol. It was Chopper coming through a smoke in a desperate situation to find a double kill. They really didn't have any clean solution. So the fact they even scraped 5 is actually kind of miraculous in and of itself. Pistol round in the second half, live.
Patsi keeping in his eyes, locked on that A ramp. Well, needs to get a count on how many people are down there. Not going to be easy either. 2 HEs, 2 smokes, and a Molotov on the Heroic side. So they can go for some nade trickery themselves.
And actually the defense is shifting to a point that's going to allow them to execute on this. Wonderful and Patsi have gone very passive right out of the gate. So as soon as Heroic work up the courage to start moving up the ramp, as long as they're silent, they have plenty of space to set up all the utilities, set up the smoke wall, drop the Molotov behind the site and get a safe plant and play the 5-on-5 post-plant situation.
Yeah, this looks like Spirit might have watched a lot of demos and have some sort of a read on Heroic that they might like to go B in the pistol rounds, but so far, not really happening. Oh, that's interesting. Couple of decoys in the corner. That's really fun. No one back there to react to it. Yeah, shots coming through. Oh my God! He ran into that shot! That's very unreasonable. cadiaN out of the round already. Didn't even see what hit him at all. Oh, I go straight for the bomb plant.
I love the nade, though. Wonderful's down to 5, Patsi down to 40. At least some return damage. This is still going to be tough, even with an advantage for Team Spirit.
No more nades on the Heroic side, but let's see. Couple of flashes to set it up. Smoke behind. It actually goes a little bit far for the bomb. I don't know, that could be a problem. Means no one can defuse inside of the smoke. sjuush can't see a thing. They run them right down. TeSeS is out of it. Yabby's next. But no one's seen sjuush. All right. They're finally going to find him. And now it's just down back here. They're already on that defuse. He's out of bullets and out of time as well. And they're going to stab him to win the pistol.
Yeah, nicely done from Spirit. That's clean and clinical the whole way through. Obviously, you can see Patsi there on the screen laughing. Gets a gift through the smoke on the entrance. cadiaN never knew what would hit him. Yeah, see you later. Now the nades do wonderful damage. You can see the plan that Heroic had in the T-pistol might have actually worked at the end of the day, but a well-executed retake. Flashbang to gain some space coming through the smokes. And Team Spirit shut it down. Both pistols now in the favor of Team Spirit.
Yeah, it was very nicely done. The flashbangs to come through the smoke on that defuse attempt, also obviously godlike. I think there was 3 people that were all flashed basically on the Heroic side. P250 is in play in this round, so you still have to be a little bit careful, but they all have head armor, so at least they're going to be maybe a little bit safe. Megas was too close, unfortunately. That's a problem. Going to be probably a quick bomb plant coming through here on the Heroic side. They're already getting away with a lot, and they even stole the FAMAS on Stown.
They also didn't buy armor. This is just pistols that are picked up from Heroic, and they're going to get a huge benefit. They were looking for a 3rd round buy. And that was way too easy on the entrance against rifles. First player goes down without a fight. Second player misses the entire magazine of spray.
They have one smoke and a kit on Wonderful, so that had better be used very well. But the problem is this FAMAS is actually a huge tool to be shooting through the smoke, although they're not really in position. Oh, this is going to be a straight defuse. Great retake coming through on the Spirit side. Man, that's a nice recovery. That's one of those rounds that they might lose the map on.
Yeah, they get away with one there to a certain degree. And obviously turning the corner, you see the FAMAS boosted up, and you're loving it. You're more than happy to deal with that. You know where two players are. You know a second player has to be providing him that angle. 3-round lead, but with 2 plants, obviously. I mean, they were going to buy in the 3rd round regardless. The second plant just gives them some extra things to play with and some extra money moving forward. Heroic's not in a bad position whatsoever. AK-47s across the board against M4s on the other side. Good trade. Good opening provided by Yabby, and we're in a 4-on-4.
I would love to see that from his point of view. He looked like he was looking the wrong way and just instantly snapped on the siren to take him down. That's a pretty good recovery. Well, you're right, 4-on-4. Patsy's waiting. TeSeS is on the other side and somehow dodging every single... All right, just at the end, but he was dancing around that M4. Okay, that is dangerous if your Magic's on the other side. He could have gone down.
Force out a smoke, though. Force out some defensive utility.
And you know what? Even in the early stages, at least a different look for Heroic, kind of pushing both the ramp and over at the B-bomb side at once.
Yeah, and I think that's what's actually prompting him to come back to this B-bomb side. Magic's using that smoke in defense. They're saying we're not going to have to really use or deal with the smoke at the top of the stairs whatsoever. Yeah. Magic's has picked up one more. Been tossed over by a teammate. All 4 players for Heroic are still here.
Yeah, but look at Spirit. They have such a good read. They brought 3 people in right off the bat, so...
Patsy's jiggling on the other side of the map down A. He knows there's nobody home.
Yeah, this is a great read right now for the CTs. They should be able to win this round. They have everything in position for it. Heroic should never be able to break through this. Magic's on the kill, taking down Stown. Good return from TeSeS. He's been a force in this game so far. And it's back into a 2-on-2. That's already too much. I can't believe Heroic even get onto the bomb side at all. Chopper out here on the edge of the building, and sjuush is pushed up. He's going to get the headshot onto Patsi. They actually push him. They didn't even worry about the bomb plot. And they know cadiaN's on the other side. Can he get this one? He can. Swings into it. 1 kill in the round, but he'll win it for Heroic.
Ignoring the objective, ignoring the bomb plant, taking the fights and pushing forward. That's well struck from Heroic. You got to give some credit as well over to sjuush. He makes an assertive play. He actually gains a lot of ground. It doesn't come to fruition until a little bit later after a teammate's already fallen, but that completely wrecked the defense. They did not understand the timing of when sjuush was going to make contact because he slid all the way down to quad before they knew where he was located. Now a 4-round lead for Heroic. Their first round on the T side in the second half.
You almost wonder if for a minute there they were thinking, where's the bomb plant on the CT side? Why are they not planting?
I think that's kind of the brilliance of the play from cadiaN in the 1v1 is Chopper's thinking, okay, there's 11 seconds of the clock. He's probably walking back. I can start shifting over. I can make my way to Gen in the next couple seconds. And cadiaN just wrecks him. Completely catches him off guard. 5-on-4 for Heroic.
Yeah, early kill on Magic's as well is going to be a nice beginning to this one for Heroic. Patsi though, 5-7 getting a little bit of a save. Wonderful, couldn't continue the fight, and sjuush is back with a double. Siren and Chopper. We've had some miraculous rounds already, but this would have to be another one with the Deagles. They need it right here.
Yeah, they've usually begun with a flashbang of some sort, which is not available. Molotov even misses its mark. There goes sjuush, 4th kill in the round. He could go for the ace if he wants it.
Sure, that would get the team fired up. Chopper's still lingering around here, but his position's already been revealed, and now it's just about trying to do as much damage as possible. Maybe steal an AK if you're going to be feeling really good about it. There's one. He's still pushing for it. I don't really know why. Yeah, all right. Decided it's not worth it. That AK definitely is more value right now for Spirit.
Yeah, especially considering the economic situation. Spirit still need to build up some banks, still need to get something settled beneath them in terms of their money if they want to continue this comeback, continue to fight. 12-7, 5-round lead.
Some big steps being taken right now by Heroic. They're 4 rounds away from winning on Vertigo. And if because of the money, like you said, the economy on the CT side, it dictates so much about what you're going to be able to do. I still want to see Wonderful with that AWP on the CT side. That surely is going to be a tool that could lock down the ramp or middle.
Yeah, I mean, it better. The first round he has it. I mean, Heroic already has enough of a lead where this is starting to get really dangerous and really sketchy for Team Spirit. That AWP is going to have impact right out of the gate. And I don't even think they're going to have it in the next round.
Oh, that's really painful. Chopper, though, that one AK-47, and it's on the wrong position, at least what's happening on the A side. Look at TeSeS, he's walked all the way up here, silently. Another grenade in sight. They're just taking the bomb site slowly.
Yeah, now Wonderful is playing it passively, but obviously this passive means you don't have information. You're calling your teammates over now. Chopper would have to do something special to bring this round within reach of any kind. Late utility coming in is going to make sure that the defense is aggressive. Good kill from Chopper, but due to the positions from earlier, Stound's able to have a nice, easy trade. And that should be the round. Bomb being planted.
Yeah, that AK is lost a little bit too far out, so they can't really easily pick it up either. Yes, a nice attempt, but not quite good enough. Let's see if they can get even more damage here in this one. All right, they tag up a couple of players, but ultimately Heroic will survive with 4 people alive. And they're playing a solid game right here. TeSeS is on 21 kills. And you're right, no AWP allowed to be picked up either for Spirit. That's a really rough time.
Yeah, they didn't have the losing bonus for it. They didn't have enough money built up for it. So Team Spirit gotta be feeling the pressure now. Heroic's just 3 rounds away from taking map 1 in this quarterfinal series.
That is a 3-man push on the CT side down these stairs. Now, obviously, if Heroic would have committed to a fast play here, they would have been knocked out immediately. So it's kind of a cool idea. And because Heroic isn't doing anything else on the rest of the map, they get away with it.
I don't think Team Spirit enjoyed the previous gun round where Heroic is basically just having a freebie challenge at the stairs whenever they wanted it. They challenged at A ramp, they challenged at the stairs, taking the headshot angle, taking the boost, and they really did not enjoy the fact that the defense was being pressured so much on that side of the map. Very calm openings from Heroic, though, when they know they're going up against guns. They haven't really shown presence at A ramp yet. They obviously haven't shown presence at B. They challenged in middle early, but they didn't commit to anything. And Spirit, with this money situation not being clean, not being great in their favor, running out of nades as well, which Heroic perhaps is the idea behind this slow play.
1 smoke left on Magix at the moment. That's about it. That's a very nice setup to try and look under. Huge one-way, difficult if you're coming through on the T side.
35 seconds left, though, and Heroic haven't even taken a step on the ramp. They haven't even taken a step towards the stairs. They don't have a whole lot of time. Like, this is, if they run into too many challenges, too many obstacles, they could be in trouble.
Well, we're about to find out. They are running it very close, 22 seconds. Patsy's walking forward. The timing is amazing, but the spray, not so much. And he gets traded by Yabi right away. 15 seconds on the clock, and they're actually running it back. sjuush is opening this up. They found a way to get through. Yabi on another kill. They still think this is an A attack. They have no idea. Oh, he might be a little bit late. He's just got it. Oh, down to the last possible second. It's Heroic to get the bomb plant. I can't believe they threaded that needle.
That's a little CIS medicine being thrown in the face of Spirit. What a call from cadiaN. What a round from Heroic. They just completely outplayed Spirit.
If anything goes wrong in that round, you lose to time alone. Stumble on a Lego along the way, and it's done.
And they get all the kills necessary to sell it. They get a couple of kills. They get Patsi right in the initial engagement, the 1-for-1 trade. They get the follow-up player out towards scaffolding. Like that, everything went perfect for Heroic. And it was still down to the wire. That's what Spirit's feeling like in this round.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That one right there from Yabi really sold it. sjuush was able to push all the way to CT spawn to find Magix. Holy hell. Heroic has come in playing a great game in these quarterfinals.
And you know, for a CIS team, a region that invented this style, that's gotta feel even worse. 14-7.
Final timeout taken from Spirit. you have to invest a little bit here. You have to get pistols and armor. You can't bank everything on an 8-round comeback at 7-15, so you have to fight for this one. And you have to do it in a way that allows Wonderful to pick up the AWP in the next round. So he's got an AK-47. He's picked up a kit just in case. He ended the first half with 19 kills. He's got 21 now. This is dominance from Heroic on a map in which Spirit won both pistol rounds.
Yeah, and a map they normally are very, very dominant on. But Heroic have shown up today with a great game plan. 22nd round, and as you pointed out, you have to just invest into this one. They got the armor, they got the upgraded pistols, and that one AK-47 under Wonderful. I don't even know how you do this. Heroic taking ramp once again. All of the usual nades that we're used to seeing. Molotov in the corner, just to make sure that nobody is there. But they're not really in a hurry here. They're not worried about any kind of, you know, sick execute coming in from the Spirit side. They just know they're not going to have the weapons to do it with. Patsi up close, 5-7. It is dangerous at this range. He commits to it, and eventually it's too much. Yabby there to save his teammate. Stout almost going down now. Nade around the corner. Yabby's going to continue the fight. He's had some great rounds back-to-back here. 5-on-3 as the AK is lost on the CT side. It's just Siren and Magic's left, and I don't see any way out of this one. Heroic looking at that 15th round.
Heroic's just playing too damn good right now for Spirit to handle it. This has been a beautiful game to watch for Heroic. Bomb going to be planted. 15th round for Heroic. They'll have 8 opportunities to close this round out. 8 opportunities to take away and steal Team Spirit's map pick.
They have in the past been one of these teams, Heroic, that have been a little bit slow to start in some of these important games, and then they have to claw their way back, and sometimes they just don't actually do it. So
yeah, not this time.
Yeah, seeing them on this kind of start obviously is a nice change of pace. I'm sure it is for Heroic as well.
I think it's a combination. I think Heroic is playing obviously an excellent game. I think Team Spirit might be the ones who came into this a little bit flat. Obviously the first half left a lot to be desired, but I mean just overall, Spirit's only won 3 rounds since the guns came out, since the guns came on board. Outside of the 4 rounds they've gotten the pistols in the ensuing second rounds, it's been all Heroic.
Well, and yeah, that game is coming up as the 4th quarterfinal. Furia and Na'Vi later tonight. Crowd is ready, but I'm sure that there's a huge amount of support for Heroic here in Rio as well.
We heard rumors of it when we got here, that Heroic was going to have a big Brazilian fan base, big Brazilian support due to cadiaN and all the excitement and energy he shows in the games.
Yeah, something they could relate to. I can't really blame them.
I think he got perhaps the biggest cheer when all their names were announced and faces came up on the Jumbotron. I think cadiaN was the one, the crowd went wild for it. A lot of love.
Well, you said you don't really want to try and climb back into a game like this, trying to win 8 rounds in a row, but that is in fact the position that Spirit are in right now. It's been done before, but man, it has to be a change of mentality and pace for Spirit. Wonderful's done everything he can. It's not going to be up to him. It has to be somebody else that steps it up.
And this is the first round he's got the AWP in hand, and at the moment, at least their initial move from Heroic is going to be away from the AWP. It's TeSeS looking for a push at the base of A ramp. And 4 members of Heroic to challenge B. Setting up Molotovs, clearing out positions.
Oh, this is dangerous. Magic's, he's got to be really careful he doesn't get peeked from underneath that grating. He's back into this position that was just Molotov, so they might not expect it. 45 seconds, he tries to get that swing, but instead it's down to take him down. And we're at 40 seconds, and slowly TeSeS is making a run for it here. He realizes nobody's at the bomb side. Wonderful he is, though, and a good adjustment. If he doesn't get that kill, if he goes down, the round is over.
And they're all coming anyways, and they've got to run. So Wonderful's calling this out. Patsy's calling this out. Siren is on his hustle on the way over. Not a lot of utility for the Spirit defense. Same for the offense of Heroic, though.
They know what's coming. Nice shot. cadiaN gets blown up. There's the headshot for Wonderful. That's what they need. That's the firepower that he brings. And finally around here for Spirit, they pick it up. They only have 2 casualties. And that is the first step in the right direction.
Oddly enough, that's a round, it might not look like it because he wasn't part of the initial action, but that's a round it feels called for TeSeS, saying we're going to get a kill here. We're going to find a way to get a frag here at the B bomb site, and then we want you to be activated. If he gets that kill onto Wonderful, he was close to having a deeper angle, a more difficult angle for Wonderful to deal with. All of a sudden, the round is blown wide open, and Heroic have access to the A bomb site. 7-round lead.
4 MAC-10s.
When they have plenty of money otherwise.
Very curious about this. With enough speed behind it, you can catch a couple of CTs off guard.
I mean, this is cool. Heroic's throwing a little bit of cheese into the mix. They've got a huge lead.
Oh. Yeah, Trobbers can be careful. He doesn't have any head armor, and neither does a Siren. There's to jump around. Trobber gets blown up. No armor on his head, and he's going to be going down. cadiaN with the opening. Magic's out of the round. And now a quick, swift bomb plant coming through. Spirit against 4 MAC-10s. Do you think Chopper finds this ironic? Do you think he appreciates the jumping MAC-10 that he brought into the meta himself?
Yeah, not yet, but maybe later. I love, there's so much money on Heroic, and they drop down with the weapons to go for an aggressive tactic, to jump and cause confusion.
And there's a flank coming in as well, Spirit. They're focused on that defuse. They want to retake the bomb site, but cadiaN is there to stab them in the back. Wonderful. No chance. TeSeS with the final kill. 16-8. Heroic. They steal Spirit's map pick away with an absolutely out-of-this-world performance.
That's incredible. Start to finish from Heroic. It's absolutely beautiful. Tactically applying so much pressure in the first half. Spirit had to burn timeouts, and cadiaN's got the environment he wanted. He's got us all riled up. That's the first map for Heroic. We're going to be back to conclude the quarterfinals.